Welcome back to Curitiba, to my floating Buddha in the Japanese park. Uh, I taught a, I told my class a story today, and I thought I would share it with you. It's a fun little story from my life. It took place in the 1960s, Cornell University, the 60s, time of turmoil, a time of demonstrating against the war, demonstrating against the draft. I was in college with a draft deferment because I was in college, but it was everyone of my generation had to deal with the draft and the possibility of going to Vietnam. And uh, one of my mentors at Cornell was Dan Berrigan. I believe I've told that story before. He was a Jesuit priest in charge of the uh, interreligious department at Cornell. He and his brother Philip were leaders in the anti-war movement, Jesuit priests. He was part of the Cantonville Nine. They used homemade napalm and set fire to the draft records in Cantonville, New York. Uh, they both spent a lot of time in prison, uh, demonstrating, uh, activists, amazing people. Dan Berrigan is a powerful figure in my life. And he educated me about the Vietnam War. And there were these demonstrations in Washington, D.C., demonstrations by the students. Cornell had busloads of people that would go to New York. 300 to 500,000 students would show up. And at one of these demonstrations, Richard Nixon had come on the news. Susan and I had gone. We were staying overnight with her aunt, our cousin, and Nixon came on the news. I was watching, and he said, "I want to hear what the students have to say." He was trying to be open. Uh, he's going to listen this time. And I watched that. And I will tell you, I thought this was a personal invitation to me. I thought, he wants to know what the students have to say. I'm a student. I want to tell them. Educated by Dan Berrigan, I knew everything about the Vietnam War at the time and how ridiculous it was for us to be involved in it. It was a personal invitation. And I thought to myself, well, he wants to know. I'm going to tell him. I am going to walk up to that White House and knock on the door. And I thought to myself, my roommate Tommy, he's crazy as I am. He'd go with me. And so we had a plan to meet at a certain corner. The next morning, we were going to the White House. And misjudged the crowd. The corner we were going to meet on was chaos. There were lots and lots of people, lots of students. I never found Tommy. All of a sudden, the sea of people starts marching towards the White House. I'm caught up in it. I'm still thinking, I'm going. And lo and behold, in the middle of the crowd, there's a man in a jacket and tie. Crowd is going around him. He's basically going upstream the other way. And he walked straight up to me and said, "Would you like to go into the White House?" I was picked. Sort of believe there were all of 12 students out of 500,000. There were 4 in my group, Susan and myself and 2 others. We found ourselves, we checked our bologna sandwiches. I wasn't a vegetarian at the security. We're walking down the halls of the White House. We ushered into Chuck Colson's office with Ehrlichman and Haldeman. These are names out of the 60s. Richard Nixon's right-hand man. The big seal behind, which I had visualized all night. I couldn't sleep because I wasn't going to be intimidated. I had something to say. And I said it. And everyone was sweltering. All my friends were sweltering outside in 90-degree heat. I was in the White House for almost 2 hours. Uh, I have an embossed letter thanking me for my contribution, for my ideas. I don't. What can I say? Here's the point of my story: the power of visualization. I just knew it. I visualized it all night. I think I was standing in that crowd with a psychic neon sign over my head saying, "Choose me. I'm going in. I have something to say." I Power of visualization. And by the way, watch out for the negative side. What you worry about, bring it in. Don't make it happen. Be careful what you think about. The negative stuff, you dwell on it, you're inviting it. Give you a whole teaching on worry. This one's on visualization. Power. Use it. Use it. Visualize your success, but visualize the process at the same time. Not enough just to visualize. Still going to have to do the work. I understood the Vietnam War. I was ready for that opportunity. Be ready for yours. Visualize them. They will come. Great.